Hello and welcome to a brand new series of the A to Z of Eurovision with ESC Fan TV. Each episode is going to consist of 5 countries in alphabetical order, and each country has been allocated to an ESC Fan TV favourite who will then pick their top 3 and we'll have a little discussion about it.
And tonight we're going to kick off with the A's, and the first one up is Albania. So let's welcome Nick. Hello, Nick.
Hello, Michelle. I'm so honoured to be the first one to kick off this great new show.
This is it. We don't know how it's going to go. Maybe we'll get to Z, maybe we won't. Who knows? Fingers crossed. So. Yeah, fingers crossed, because we spent a lot of time doing this. So let's kick off with Albania, and this is Nick's top 3. Here's his number 3.
Zemrës time që të doj E zjarë këto, lodhem kot Jam aty në buste tua Vetëm aty se ky shpirtin të vjen Zjarë këto, s'mundem do Shpesë mund të ty e humban zemëro Më ndimo, të largohem se të dua Zemëro Zjarë këto Dhe zemëro Vetëm aty se ky shpirtin të vjen
And there we have it. That's the first one to start us off. And it was 2006, Athens, and it was Louis Egili with Zjar I Fihoti. I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it means cold fire in English. It came 14th in the semis with 58 points. Nick, what do you like about this one?
Well, this was actually the first one who was totally sung in Albanian, so it was my get to know with the language, and it has so much for me going on. The simplicity, you could see this was a beginning country, trying to figure out how to do Eurovision with this. You took one popular, handsome guy and put him in a bit of a weird dancing situation, which he was clearly uncomfortable with, but also that was such a charming way of introducing himself. And I thought it was totally undeserved that it didn't qualify to the final. But it was one of the last. It was in the period that there was only one semi, so I think it hurt that. If it were 2 semis, it would have qualified. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, without a doubt. I think that's why they changed to 2 semi-finals, was so that they get a bit more contrast and things like this going through. I love the fact. I like the typical Albanian dress that they wore, and I like the fact that basically they just hollowed a sheep out and made it into an instrument, which you don't see every day. That was unusual.
Exactly. Who in the Netherlands thought that such a culture could exist, And that's beautiful.
This is the good thing about Eurovision, is that we do get to see things from other cultures that we wouldn't necessarily get to see. And the dress, I love like the Albanian dress. I love a traditional dress. I think it's brilliant. I think everyone should have at least one person on stage in traditional dress.
Exactly, and it shows also that you could have a career when you're above 50.
True, that's true. But we do see a lot of older people on Eurovision.
Yeah, especially in the Balkans, playing those kind of instruments.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, there we have it. Let's go to your number 2.
Day, I'm by your side when you're away. All that I ask is one moment in time, no strings attached, no drawing lines. Take my love, take my heart, carry me
And that was Moscow 2009. And it was Kedji Tola with Carry Me in Your Dreams. Came 7th in semi-final 2 and 17th in the final with 48 points. Now, Nick, what do you think to that?
They were robbed that year. This is such a classic and such one of the songs you could really belt out. And to be honest, I'm not that much of a singer, but I googled at YouTube the instrumental version, and I sung along with it many drunken nights. So my neighbors weren't that pleased with me, but I love this song. Yes, and the Blue Man. Who could resist the Blue Man on stage? I tell you.
Why was there a shiny gimp man on stage just sort of lifting the black men dressed in black to where they needed to be? Why was she standing on people, sitting on people? What was going on with that staging, Nick?
Well, yeah, she wanted to be carried. Yeah, that's all I can think. But don't you think sometimes things have to be left to the imagination?
Yeah, I've thought about this a lot, and I still have no idea. I think it's possibly mad as a box of frogs, as we say in the UK.
Yeah. But then again, it was Moscow 2009. You mean the Ukraine had huge fans, on the stage. That was the year of the weirdest staging ever.
Yeah. Oh my goodness me. I mean, there's weird staging, and then there's just who thought of it? That's what I want to know. It's at the pub, slightly drunk, going, do you know what? I've got a brilliant idea for you staging at Eurovision. Why don't we get a green bloke, put a bit of sequins on, it'd be fine. 2 blokes dressed up as mimes. You can sit on him, you can stand on him, and we'll just carry you around. And just went, yeah, all right, it sounds good to me.
Yeah, and then the thing was, this was the only non-Albanian track I put on in this list. So the fact that they kept it in English, just everyone could relate to the song and could understand it, but still had that stage, and that was amazing.
That is true. That is true. I think if it was in Albanian and they still had that stage, it would have done a lot worse than it did.
Yeah, I think so. I agree.
And here we go. Here's Nick's number 1. And that's Nick's Albanian number 1. It was 2018 in Lisbon. It was Ugent Bush Pepper with Mall, which means yearning. Came 8th in semi-1 and 11th in the final with 184 points. Nick, why is that your favourite Albanian song?
Well, first of all, that Eurovision is very special to me. It was the first one I attended live. And I remember this song was not really a fan favorite. It was just bubbling under. And then during that live performance, then it hit people suddenly, and it really came to life on that stage. And the guy is a phenomenal singer. The range he has, and it fit the song perfectly. They didn't do a horrible translation like the years before. They finally sent it a man again. They usually went with the Albanian big-breasted singers, female singers, and now they did completely something different. And I ate it up. Yes, I really loved it.
I think his performance is fantastic, and every time I hear it, Even though it's on YouTube and it's not live, I'm going, oh, will he hit that note?
Yeah. And man, he does it every time. Isn't it amazing?
Yeah. Every time. I've never seen him fail to hit that note.
Yeah.
I also think it's good that he came 11th in the final when he was 8th in his semi, which means that's good for if he came 8th in the semi to come 11th in the final. That everyone must be happy with that in Albania.
Yeah, I think so as well. They don't score that high there in recent years, so I think that is a pretty decent score for them.
Yeah, I think they did really well. Well, that's it. That's Albania. And Nick, we will see you later on in the alphabet. So we'll say goodbye to Nick for now. Bye, Nick.
Bye.
So after Albania, we've got Andorra. Let's welcome Sean. Hello, Sean.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hi, Michelle.
Hello. Well, and Andorra, that's a treat and a half, isn't it?
Yeah,
Did you struggle picking 3?
Thanks for that one. That's an absolute gem, Andorra. I mean, whatever I pick, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel, aren't we, really, to be fair?
It's not the gift that keeps on giving. Andorra have only competed 6 times between 2004 and 2009 and remain the only participating country never to compete in a grand final.
Well, you say compete, but...
So maybe that's why they don't do it anymore. They say it's due to monetary reasons, and that if anybody would like to donate money to them, they will gladly enter Eurovision again. So never say never. It could happen again.
If San Marino can do it, come on.
Well, that's it. Yeah, but I think they make loads of money from it, to be fair, San Marino.
Okay.
So shall we get to it? Shall we go for it? Let's see what Sean picked as his 3rd best favourite Andorran entry.
El misterio della vita si busca in te. Diamo il mes del che pots viure pensi ancora dintre el meu univers interior. Tot sigui allà on està i la pau.
So there we have it. Kyiv 2005, Marianne van der Waal with La Mirador Interior. I don't know. Sure. Sure. What do you love about this song?
Well, I can sum this up in 3 words. Not a lot. But I only had 6 songs to go from, so I had to pick half of them. Half of these songs that Andorra entered into Eurovision, none of which qualified. But this one, it's a nice little cultural orgasm, isn't it? I suppose you could say that. Maybe the oiled up blokes had a little bit something to do with it. I'm not sure.
I thought it was going to be higher on your list as soon as I saw the oiled up blokes.
It was, and then I thought, no, I'll just look a bit seedy if I put that at number 1. So I knocked it down a bit.
Oh, well done.
Yeah. I mean, it's just campus tits as well, isn't it? I mean, the old up blokes, the big black feathers, the backing singers that look like your drunk aunt at a wedding, with the hair that looks like they've all just fallen out of a tip. It's just all over the place. But it's good. It's a good song. Why did it not qualify? Well,
I didn't give the stats. It came 23rd out of 25 in the semi-final with 27 points. So it wasn't quite last, but it wasn't far off.
There you go then. There's your selling point.
Your USP.
But it's tricky, isn't it? 3 songs I had to choose, and this had to be one of them, I'm afraid.
That's okay. Let's have a look who came second.
Sé que me estimes malgrado deixar tot serà la fi del nostre amor. You've got to get a life, that's what you say to me, but I would rather die if you're not in it with me. I know that I'm right. I'm gonna get a life, the kind that's made for two. I know there's only one. I wanna live it with you. I'm getting a life. Mira al futuro, trovarti, ser feliz. You've got to get a life, that's what you say to me, but I would rather die if you're not in it with me. I'm a man of ladies, my thank you.
So there we have it. 2009 Moscow. Suzanne Georgi with La Teva Decisio Get a Life. Came 15th in semi-1 with 8 points.
Oh, God.
Sean, what did you like about this one?
Well, I suppose I really like the chorus. I like the catchy I.
It did have some good qualities, to be fair. And that wind machine was working overtime then.
It was.
Blowing a
It was.
gale. Absolute gale. What was
I
that
mean, she
about?
seemed very happy to get out the house, didn't she? To be fair, I think maybe number 2 is probably about right.
Yeah, it was slightly better than number 3.
But only slightly.
Only slightly.
Not in
But-
points, though. Not in points. You'd only got 8 points.
Yeah, that's quite bad, to be fair. So
Are you getting the impression Andorra's not going to take very long, is it, to get through?
no, it's not. I hope that some of the other A's are longer than this. Otherwise, it's going to be a short show.
Oh, I'm sure there will be. This is going to be the shortest. Bless Andorra for trying.
Yeah, thank you, Andorra, because without Andorra, you see, well, I don't know. It is without Andorra now. Don't know where I'm going. Let's have a look who's number 1.
Dream with you. Come on, last forever. That we always stay together. I'm aware of you. Oh, Casanova.
Well, there we have it. Sean's number 1. It was 2008 in Belgrade, and it was Gisela with Casanova. It came 16th in semi-1, and I didn't even write down how many points it got. That's how good it was. Blimey, Sean. Tell us about your number 1.
I mean, what is there to say? Not a lot, but it's a best of a bad bunch. It is it's a good Europop anthem, if I'm being completely honest. With the studio version is, I mean, the cheesy cliched lyrics, and it's just, it's just outrageous. And I like the big drum beats at the start of the chorus, boom, boom, Casanova. I think Tomo liked it as well, didn't you? Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Which
that's
is surprising you can't hear it because they don't have earphones in.
Oh, maybe he's from Andorra.
Maybe he's asking for it to stop.
Well, anyway, that was Andorra done and dusted. Another A done.
Can I just apologise? I just apologise to people. But if you have a look at the other Andorran entries, you'll probably agree that those are the top 3.
Yeah, people, go and have a look at the other Andorran entrants and see where you would have ranked them, and let us know. You know, we might do a follow up.
Shall we start a petition to get Andorra back in Eurovision?
No, best not. Just leave it alone for now. So thank you very much, Sean. We're going to see Sean later on in the alphabet as well. So until now, bye, Sean. See you later.
Bye.
So next we're on to Armenia. Let's welcome Martin from Let Me Be the One radio show. Hello, Martin.
Hello, Michelle. Hello, everybody out there. Good to be here and talking about top 3s.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for joining us, Martin. So Armenia first entered in 2006, and that was Andre with Without Your Love. So shall we start? Let's see what Martin picked his number 3.
How can I stay when you are away? What can I say if you're gonna tell me nothing? Everybody move your body, we are dancing notified. Everybody must be ready, jumping up with a notified. Hey, yori, party, party, yori, yori, jun, jun. Party, jun, I sing, yori, yori, jun, jun. Let the music make you raise your hand. Sister, here we go. Hey, everybody move your body. We are dancing notified. Everybody must be ready. Jumping up with a notified. Jumping up with a notified.
So that was 2009 from Moscow. It was Ingrid Anush with Jan Jan. Came 5th in semi-1 and 10th in the final with 92 points. So Martin, what do you like about this one?
Well, I mean, sometimes with a nation, it's nice to see what you could say ethnicity, culture, what their instrumentation's like, what language is like. And I think that this is perfect for that. Sort of, you've got the sisters Inga and Anush singing together. And a classic sound. It's really catchy as well. So it sort of appeals to everyone. They got great voices. And I just love it. And the dancers, they're all dressed exactly the same. And yeah, I just felt it gave us the full Armenian experience. And the other thing that links in quite nicely, Eurobash. I've once done Eurostars. It wasn't with this. It was something else with Ness, who's on ESC Fan TV, and Tom as well. And Eloise and Emily, 2 other OGA UK members, they actually did this the one time I was actually doing Eurostars. So it's sort of like a nice memory as well. But yeah, I love this one. And yeah, I really I'm quite glad to put it in my top 3.
It is. It's a really good song. I like the traditional Armenian sort of sound and dress, but with a sort of modern twist to it. It didn't seem... it was ageless. It didn't seem like it was an old sort of Armenian song, but it had the Armenian feeling, which was really, really good.
Exactly.
So I like your number 3. I think it's really good. I've not said that too many times.
You could have put it in this year and it would have worked perfectly as well, as you say, timeless.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. So that's your number 3. Let's see what you picked for number 2.
It's 4 a.m. I can't straighten my head up. I've been 1, 2. Where are you? Still in my heart. 3, 4. I don't need you here anymore. Yeah, out of my heart. This is my snap. Snapping 1, 2, where are you? You're still in my heart. But if one person says you should get over it, I must stop talking to people before I snap. Snapping 1, 2, where are you? Where are you? Might say let's snap. Get out, 'cause you might snap.
And that was 2022 Turin, and Rosa Lynn with Snap came 5th in the semis, 20th in the final with 61 points. And although it came 20th, at the time of this recording, it's the second most streamed Eurovision song of all time with 957 million streams. So it's done all right, seeing as it only came 20th. What do you think, Martin?
Yeah, it did all right. Yeah, no, but yeah, it's I mean, it's basically a total earworm, isn't it? And that's the part of the reason why it just sticks in your brain. So catchy, it appeals to a mass audience, not just with us Eurovision fans, but everywhere. You can imagine when it hit the American market that it's just like perfect for every single radio station across the States as well. And she's so confident on stage, seeing that she's such a young singer-songwriter. I mean, and also the staging was memorable with all the post-it pads on there, and the rip away stage. I was just, it would have been nice if I'd been in there in Turin to see it, because obviously it looked like a really complicated bit of kit that you didn't really see on the TV, but you did on the sort of all the rehearsals and things like that. But yeah, it's just one of those that I think will always stick with me now. And I've been lucky enough, I had a chance to interview her on the radio station as well. And yeah, still going. That set her up for life effectively. Snap with, you know, almost 1 billion streams, works out, you know, few $1 million, whatever. So, you know, I'm sure that from now on she can just keep doing whatever she wants to do for the rest of her life. But yeah, it's my number 2. I've got one in front, but this was very close.
Yeah, I was there in Turin and saw the staging in action. And if you weren't sat dead on, you couldn't see a thing. We were sat slightly to the side, and at one point they span around and we saw her for 1 second, and that was it. We couldn't see anything. We did not know what was going on inside that box. So maybe it was lucky you weren't there. So that's Martin's number 2. Let's see who he picked as his number 1.
It's me. Look, come alive. When it touched me, the world went silent. Come before the storm reaches me. You took over my heart, beat, beat, beat. It's taking over me. I'm like a love wave, spread a love wave of my heart, cause living it for without even a single warning. I'm not who I was before. It's taking over me.
And that was 2016 from Stockholm. And that was Iveta Mukukayan with Love Wave. She came 2nd in the semi-final and 7th in the final with 249 points. Martin, why is that your favourite Armenian song?
Several reasons. For a start, you don't often get an artist at Eurovision who sort of has everything and can hold it together on their own, sort of like poise, looks, style, charisma, ability to hold the camera's gaze on her. Absolutely incredible performer. And you add in all the camera shots that we had, all the little sort of catchy, snippy bits, and also the TV hologram effects, which obviously now you'd be thinking, well, it looks a bit dated, but in 2016, you know, it wasn't. And yeah, it's all about her, and she just basically say, look at me, I'm going to perform the hell out of this. And it's not a great one for being on the radio in a way, because it sort of takes so long to build up, but she just made it her own. And when we saw what she was going to do with it, you just thought, yeah, this works really well. And that's why it's my favorite Armenian song.
Brilliant. She was captivating. You couldn't take your eyes off her, and she didn't miss a beat with the cameras, because some of them were quite quick, and she was on it. She was very professional. She knew exactly what she was doing, and she performed the hell out of it. But as you said, on the radio, I think you needed to see her perform it to get the full effect of the song.
Definitely. But yeah, no, that's why it's my number one anyway.
Brilliant stuff. So that's it for Armenia. Thank you very much to Martin Palmer for coming on and sharing his views. Martin, where can we find you on the radio?
Well, you can find me every Tuesday evening between 8 and 10 p.m. That's UK time. So it's 9 and 11 CET. And that's bradleystokeradio.com/live. And most of my socials are at LMBTO Eurovision. So if you have a look for those, you'll be able to find me on almost every social you could possibly think of. So.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Martin. We'll see you later on in the alphabet. But for now, bye. So that was Armenia, all done and dusted. Next, we're going to go to Australia. Good morning, Australia. Welcome to Michael Novi.
Hello, Michelle and Mrs. Harrison. How are you? Good evening, Europe, and good day, Australia. Good afternoon, America, and whatever it is in Kiribati.
I don't know what time it is there, and I'm not going to check. Thank you so much for joining us at this ungodly hour for you, but it's all right for me.
Oh, that's Eurovision for us, isn't it? Somehow or other.
It is. It is.
Right, yeah.
So obviously, we're going to start with Australia with you, and we'll kick off at number 3.
Hey, you. It's me again. I've been aching, feeling love. It's you. Grand zero
There we have it, Australia 2019, Zero Gravity by Kate Miller-Heidke. Obviously, she performed in Tel Aviv. She came first in a semi-final and 9th in the final with 284 points. Michael, why do you love this?
I love Kate Miller-Heidke. Yeah. She has been one of my favourite artists well before Eurovision. I followed her for a long time, and there's nothing better than actually seeing one of your favourites perform. So, and that performance was something to behold. On TV, it was amazing, the reveals that came through. She just moved that way there. But in the arena in Tel Aviv, to see her being wheeled out onto stage by the crew, 6 or 7 meters up high, and then performing that just perfectly was an absolute delight. And something I don't think we'd actually seen on the stage beforehand at Eurovision. So it really reminded me, let's say, for this year, with having Nemo perform the Code, he was a little bit of moving around as well. I think that's that's a little bit of Kate's influence there. So she doesn't do we don't have the dance break, but we've got the swirl yourself around the stage somehow or other. Great song. Good mix of pop and opera, and really taking it from the start where she, Australia decides, where she's sitting there in her sort of toilet roll holder dress, you know, and something bouncing and hitting her from the back. I don't know, for that moment on, I could actually see that it was going to end up being with her floating around on stage, and it really was just a great performance and a great answer. Pretty good result, actually. Not much love for the televote, but that's Australia. Is what it is. We had fun.
We did have fun. It was fantastic. At the semi-final, I was at the front of it, and it was absolutely amazing. It looked fantastic.
Yeah, you look up there, just the way she moves. It was great, and as I said, it did Australia proud, and really adds to the tapestry of Eurovision. So it'll be a remembered song.
We've never seen it before, and I'm not sure if we'll ever see it again. The stage
Pop and opera all put together somehow or other, smashed together. No.
Right, so that's your third. Let's see who came in second.
Oh, everyone's got the problem. There's always something on your mind. And do what you want. Do what you want. I don't want tomorrow. Oh, baby, tonight's so good. Forget tomorrow. We can do tonight again. We can do tonight again. Do tonight again. We can 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 do tonight again.
So that was 2015. Guy Sebastian from Vienna. He came fifth in the final with 196 points and was obviously the first person to represent Australia at Eurovision, but not the first Australian in Eurovision. Michael, why was he your number two?
You know what? 10 years on, and you listen to that song, maybe I'm an old person now, but dang, it still holds up pretty well. Yeah, you hear that in the club and you still groove away. It's a great voice. It's actually a really catchy sort of mid-tempo pop song written with a little bit of funk and soul in there, performed to a T. A guy, you know, being our original Australian Idol sort of victor, really has had a huge sort of career here in Australia. Really put it onto him. He wrote it very quickly. It was written, I think, within sort of a couple of hours. Him and his writers all put it together really quickly, and it was just an easy song. Was, as you know, made it into, I think, the most number of shows. Made it, his performance in 2015 made it 27 songs in the final that year, if I'm right. So the most we've had in a final. Is that, if I'm correct that way there? Did have a free pass, and I must say, I think that song would have easily qualified had it had to be semi-final. That was a song which deserved its spot, and I think finished appropriately where it did. It was a really, really fine song, great performance, and I must say, why do I love it? Because I still do my dad dance to it, even though I'm not a dad, but you know, and I think it's great.
It is absolutely fantastic. I love it. I was there when he came on and he did it, and that's how, as a new country, this is how you stand out in Eurovision. It was amazing, absolutely
really
amazing.
nice, really good lyrics. I mean, you know, when you break those lyrics down as someone who's there for the first time, you know, it's a song about let's do it all again. You know, it's and leave the world behind. And it's Guy. It's the way it should be, fun, sleek, not quite sexy, but pretty decent.
I think he's quite sexy, you know.
Yeah, you know, he is indeed. But if there's something for everyone, the world is a tapestry, Michelle. You know?
It is. It definitely is. So, who do we think Michael's number one will be? Fingers crossed, Montaigne.
Growing tired and weary, brown eyes. To the sound of silence, tidal waves of
ocean, no one here to save me drowning. I know it's all in my head, but I keep calling, calling. To the sound of silence, and it beats to the sound of silence.
There we have it. 2016's Dami In. She came second in the final, won a semi-final. She lost out to Jamala. Michael, why is Dami your favourite?
So a couple of things. Where do I want to start with this one here? First of all, I miss the flags. Right? There is all those clips there just remind me of how much we loved the flags. And no flags this year made it really difficult. It's so much more fun. You look from Guy and Dami there, flags being waved. What else do I love about it? You know, Michelle, when I reflect on the 3 Australian songs, I do love a final big note. Each one of these has a fantastic long final note. And they all singers deliver it. Opera, soul, and now pop. And when you look at our representatives, those which I've chosen, you know, there's not many performers of Asian sort of descent, which we have, you know, which are represented on stage. And so really seeing someone like as gorgeous, but Dami's the most Australian chick you can possibly find. And no one's from here, but everyone is. It's a great representation of culture. And what a song. It was amazing. And I think the UK can really relate to us to, you know, a new verb which I did coin after this, which was to be Ukrained. As Sam Ryder was, so was Dami Im. 2 beautiful pop songs, great pop songs, probable winners had it not been for things in the world. You never know.
You never know.
You never know somehow. But what a beautiful song, what a beautiful dress, what a lovely person, you know, and really that was one of the more exciting telly votes for us there. I wasn't there. I was still at home at 7 a.m. in the morning, having gone through my 3rd sort of, you know, champers and orange and whatever and vodka got through. And I was there with my mum. My mum and I were watching it, and she was in tears. Was so excited about that. And she didn't quite make it. But, you know, save the EUB a bit of a stress of where and how to hold it. So second is always a great result, I think, somehow or other. Lots of songs from second we love even more than those that won.
That's it. Sometimes you remember the person that came second more than you remember the person that came first. So, and it's not done her any harm coming second, to be fair. So, it's all right. So that's it. So thank you very much, Michael. That's Australia done and dusted.
Lovely to see you, Michelle.
Oh, it's been lovely to speak to you again, and I'll see you later on in the alphabet.
Bye now.
That's it from us. Bye.
Good morning. Good night.
So now we're off to Austria, and we say hello, Elliot. Hi, Elliot.
Hello, everyone. How are you, Michelle?
I'm all right, thank you very much. How are you doing?
Yeah, very good, actually. Very excited to talk about Austria because it is actually one of my favourite countries in Eurovision. So I did have a bit of a hard time picking 3 here because I realised there's a lot of entries I really enjoyed, which I kind of forgot about.
A lot of people have had a lot of problems just narrowing it down to 3. We might have to do this again next year because everything changes. So let's start. Here's Elliot's number 3.
Tu chantes, oui moi je chante aussi. Si tu t'élances, je suis un pays loin d'ici, à la recherche du paradis. On chante dans un pays loin d'ici, à la recherche du paradis. Un pays loin d'ici, la recherche du paradis, dans un pays loin d'ici. On chante
So that was Stockholm 2016 and Zoe with Loin d'ici. Far From Here came 7th in semi-1 and 13th in the final with 151 points. Elliot, what do you love about this song?
It's a mixture of everything. Like, I love the music in it. I think it's really sweet. I think her performance of it was really sweet as well. And yeah, like, I can't speak French, so at the time I don't have a clue what she's singing about. But it felt really sweet and earnest. And say the title being like Far From Here, it made sense. Yeah, there's just something very just really sweet and warming about it, and it seemed to work in Stockholm because it got top 10 in the televote on the final. I think it was second in its semi-final. So there was a lot of love for her in this song, in a public sense. But yeah, it's just one of them where for lack of a better term, and how cheesy sounds, it kind of just makes you sort of like drift away and think of a different place. So it's one of those songs that sort of like mellow you out and just kind of like take you away, which I think is great. And that kind of makes sense. The whole, like, say, Far From Here, there's a castle, all that sort of stuff. And, you know, who doesn't love a sweet young girl in a nice, pretty pink big ball gown as well that she was wearing?
That's it. She did. She looked like a Disney princess that was sort of on her way on an adventure. But it was super sweet, and she looked lovely. Because growing up, we all want to wear dresses like that.
Yeah, like I said, it was just one of them that was just really sweet. I know she wrote it herself, and I think it's actually the only song. Yeah, it was the only song in the final that year that didn't have any English in it. So in that sense, it also stood out. And it was also a bit of at the time, I remember seeing it was a bit of a risk because Austria said something in French, which is very uncommon for a song or a nation to send something outside of English, and which isn't their native language. But Zoe sings in French. This is what she does. But yeah, I adored it on first listen. I still do now, and it's a bit mad to think it's been 8 years.
Yeah,
I don't want to think about that bit actually.
In 2016, me and Phil actually hatched some chickens at our house, and we called one Zoe after Zoe.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so we did name a chicken after. So that's Zoe. So let's move on to Elliot's number 2.
It's been a long time running, cause I had some things to see. I had to meet some people who were there to believe in me. I'm living it up. Hey now, if you push me down, I'll get up. You can try to put me in a box, but I'm doing it my own damn way. Whatever you want, whatever you need, you gotta get off your, and I'll keep running. But I don't care, cause I'm running on air. Yeah.
So there we have it. That's 2017 from Kyiv, and Nathan Trent, Running on Air, came 7th in semi-1 and 16th in the final with 93 points. Elliot, what do you like about this one?
This always puts a smile on my face. It's one of them that I've always felt, for lack of a better term, a personal attachment to. About, say, going off, doing your own thing, and, you know, doesn't matter if people try and put you down and whatnot, you'll keep doing it. I've definitely felt more of a kindred spirit to that in the last few years since I moved away from my family home and up north. I moved about 180 miles away for those who don't know, about 3 years ago. And I think, yeah, it sort of resonates. And plus, it's quite a happy tune. It just makes you smile. Nathan as well comes across as one of the most lovely people on the planet as well. And yeah, it's just, I think it's also because we're around the same age, Nathan and I. This sort of story, it just sort of resonates with me, and it's just one of those songs which, again, I can put on. It's actually a great song for like a coffee shop or something. One of them you just have in the background, and yeah, it just puts a big smile on my face. Unfortunately, the televote didn't agree, and Kiev really got nothing. But what can you do? I still loved it. I still voted for it on the night.
Well, that's it. Televotes. What do they know? I mean, lots of good songs get 0 telepoints.
Yeah, let's go with that.
It is a nice watch, and it's another lovely sweet song, and he's not bad. There are worse people that you could be watching than Nathan in his big shiny moon. It's lovely. So let's move on to Elliot's number 1.
Oh my god, you're such a good writer. It's not me, it's Edgar. Who the hell is Edgar? There's a ghost in my body and he is a lyricist. It is Edgar Allan Poe and I think he can resist. Oh my god, there's a ghost in my body. I'll call you now, so you're about to be a star. Zero, 003. Give me 2 years and your dinner will be free. 0.003. At least it pays to be funny. Oh my god, there's a ghost in the body. Oh. Who the hell is Edgar?
So that's 2023, Liverpool, Taya and Selena. Who the hell is Edgar? Came second in the semi-2 and 15th in the final with 120 points. Tell us what you love about this one, Elliot.
I mean, what's not to love about this song? It's catchy, it's camp, it's silly. There is a hidden, there is a message which isn't even hidden, but it's one of them where if you don't catch it, there's still the fun song element around it, and if you do catch it, you get the deeper meaning of it. This from first listen just had me absolutely hooked. I love them. I love these as an artist. It's actually got me hooked on Taya's music. She's done a lot since Eurovision, and it's all phenomenal. I was also very fortunate to meet them in Liverpool, and they're both two of the sweetest women ever. And yeah, this song is just fantastic. It's not just the song; it's also the whole dynamic of the black and the white and everything like that, and just something that sounds. And when often we say marked as a joke in Eurovision, so ridiculous, is actually a very clean, polished piece of music. And say it was my favorite last year. Everyone who knows me knows how much I love that song and still do. And yet it's just an incredible song, and it's one of them which I can't give a full reason why, because it's just like it's just fantastic. I just love it. It's just from the moment I first heard it, I was like, yeah, I absolutely love this.
And it has a serious message. It's how little they get paid from streaming services, which is 0.003. So you have to sell 1 million records to get your gas station champagne. You think that's it? It's a lot in it for gas. Do gas stations sell champagne? Well, I don't know. I only ever buy red, so I don't know.
Maybe in Switzerland. We'll find out.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. We'll have to drive through Austria and find out. They might have their own brand by then. You never know. So there we have it. That's Austria. We will see Elliot later on in the alphabet. But for now, thanks, Elliot. Bye.
Bye.
So there we go. That's the end of show 1, done and dusted. Please comment and let us know your favourites from these countries. Our journey will continue soon with episode 2. So make sure you ding a dong our bell, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, X, Mastodon, TikTok, and you'll find out all the information there. And we'll see you soon.